Okay. So, welcome everybody. Today's topic is very interesting. It's arthritis and joint pain. And the part of the world that we live in, the cold, this is, uh, there is a lot of people suffering from these two things, joint pains and arthritis, uh, because of the climate. So I'm pretty sure that this topic today is going to be very interesting and very informative. And Bharti, you can start now.
So thank you, Anilji, and thanks to all of you. We do recording, and I request Anilji to do that because many people would like to know these sessions, but they live in a different time zone. Like I have hundreds of calls from India, and I tell them it would be probably 2:30 or 3:30 at your place, so better you go to YouTube channel. So that's why we put the recording here. So today's session, arthritis, is very important. And after this session, you will understand how complex the human body or human nervous system or immune system works. As I suggested many times, that do not rush for medication if your problem is not life threatening. Give you an example. I was in a party last weekend, and one of my very good friend, we always meet. He has basically no clue of yoga and all this, but he's a friend. And he said he has been diagnosed pre-diabetic, and doctor asked me that there are two, three things you could do. You could do your lifestyle, you can do diet, or you can do medication. What would you prefer? And he said, I was very straightforward. I say, I would like to go to medication. Because I don't want to change my lifestyle. I don't want to change my food habits. Uh, so But at the end of the day, you cannot remove that. You have to have your lifestyle to work in. Even if you take medication, your lifestyle has to play a big role. And your lifestyle many times depends what kind of body constitution or elemento you got from nature and from your parents, because you are a combination of genome and phenome, a genotypic and phenotypic combination. I give you an example. In case if you live in Gujarat for generations, in a desert area for generations, then you have this heat in your system. And now you move to Canada. The 6 months of the year is very cold. Your body struggles a lot because for generations, its genome and phenome combination is very different. So it has to adjust to this new environment. And most of us came from 40 to 50-degree temperature. So give your body a chance. There are few things I always recommend, and that will become a part of this session. If you have common cold, make sure your body works for that. Do not rush for quick solution of Tylenol and other things. I have little cold for 3 days now. This third day, I was filling I was outside for 2 hours, filling my hot water and all those because guests are coming for New Year. So I was 2 years exposed in the cold. So I got little cold. But that's fine. Normally take 3 to 5 days. Even if you take medication, it takes 3 to 7 days. Same amount of time. The only thing is helps It gives you little quick relief. But for that quick relief, the trade is in big. Trading is huge. If you go from management profit and loss perspective, you have very little profit for a huge loss of your immune system. So make sure you make a balance. Do not rush for medication. Give your body some time to adjust so that antidotes develop inside you and your immune works behind that. Also, any common cold, natural common cold, fever, dysentery, all these when happens, it normally happens because the body want to shed off some foreign element. And if you do not let body to do that, for example, common cold, you have some running nose, body try to shed off some cold. But if we pushing for medications, we suppress the natural instinct of body. So what happens? It keeps piling up, keeps piling up. Now it will explode somewhere else. If common cold is persistently suppressed, your calcium and phosphorus will go down. The next level, what it will do, either water intake will be more in your body or heat intake will be more to adjust the temperature inside to keep you 26 degrees centigrade. Now you still keep suppressing, what will happen? It will impair your gonads, sex organs, basically, to start thyroid and all those problems. For old age, it's not an issue. For a young age, I see a lot of thyroid issues. Very young people. Thyroid is very serious problem. It's not very easy. It's way more serious than diabetes and heart problems. So thyroid, because it affects your behavior, your growth, it's called your mother switch. And especially if parathyroid, which is both connected here, if parathyroid is impaired as well, then the whole calcium and phosphorus composition in your system is basically impaired. So that's why, like, so arthritis normally starts with the imbalance between heat and cold. Most of the time, excess heat in the body. How could you see the sign? To start with. Later, you will have more cold. But when it begins, normally you have excess heat, means dry skin, kharish or whatever, like scratching sound kind of thing. You see the skin is not very joint, little bit puffing there, here and there. So those are the signs of excess heat. You might have frequent fevers and all those. You might have dryness. You might have thirsty, your lips will be dry. So these are the signs of excess heat in the system. Now, what happens, and you may get fever as well because of this situation. Now, if you do not manage this, what system also it is affected by a lot of spices, drugs, and all those. If you do not manage at this beginning level, body has to maintain a temperature in order to function it properly. And your ideal temperature is around 26 degree centigrade around. That's the ideal. 36 or 26, something like that, or 98 degree Fahrenheit, whatever. So if you do not if the body does not maintain that temperature, what it has to have, what it's gonna do? because the heat is there. So in order to balance it out, it starts generating water in the system. Through the water generation or cold generation, it balances the temperature inside you. It could also happen because of digestion issues. If digestion is for longer, lot of heat is consumed for longer period of time. That's why I always suggest sour, cold, all these things during evening, avoid. It will elongate, it will spread your digestive time. When the digestive time is increased, the heat is being used for longer period of time. And when a lot of energy or heat is used, consumed, body has cold. So during that cold, many things happen. In order to adjust that excessive, it could have digestive related issue. It may come from the digestion as well. Now, the first thing what it is affected is thyroid. When this problem persists for long, it happens thyroid issues. When thyroid or parathyroid issues happen, it leads to digestion of calcium. So most of the time you have, if thyroid and parathyroid issue, your growth and other things are affected. On top of that, calcium and phosphorus in the system. Now, when you come to this level after persistent long period of time of probably few years, when you come to deficiency or imbalance in calcium and phosphorus, and then you will notice that in whole Europe and North America, I worked in the medical research area, medicinal research for longer period of my career. So if you look at the data in this area, of course, aging is very good. So the life cycle has gone up, but with that, erectile dysfunction has gone up. Many reproductive and sexual problem has gone up too. The sperm counts has gone down. The ovum quality has gone down. So these are affect as well. And one of the major contributor to that is overuse of medications or improper use of medications. Too much use. Unnecessary use. Of course, if it is a issue or life-threatening issue or serious issue, you have no resort except to go to. But for many petty things, try to jump into medication immediately. Now, when you go to calcium and phosphorus deficiency level, and the cold increases a lot in order to curb the heat in your system, then the arthritis shows up. In the beginning, two things could happen: joints pain, and if you do not work on this, then you will have joint swelling. And at this stage, if you use very high dose of drugs, it may affect your nervous system as well, because most of the drugs given in this condition are basically painkillers. So what basically happens, that pain is there, but your nervous system has been given a drug. Because of this drug, your nervous system does not recognize that pain, does not feel the strength of the pain. Now, what will happen if you are at this stage? In order to curb that, you keep taking the medication. Now, what happens? Of course, your nervous system will fight back as well. So the moment nervous system will fight back, you will feel pain. And the moment you will feel pain, you take medication, painkiller. So again, it's a battle going on between your nervous system and your external element, foreign element in your system. This battle keeps going, and at one time, nervous system, of course, it loses because you keep increasing the power. So at one time comes when nervous system either gave up, or a point also come when the doctor says that none of the painkillers are working now. So make sure you nip the bud in the very beginning. So understand this synchronity. So make sure any heat and cold related issue comes to you, there are few things you can do immediately to manage it. Anytime you have any cold issues immediately, and if you think you have to resort to medication because it's unbearable, you close your left nostril and inhale, exhale about 20 times from the right. Make sure for cold, you inhale, exhale from right. On the contrary, if it is heat in your system, which is the mother of arthritis problem. And as I said, there are many issues. We came from a land where heat is inherent in our system. We came from a genetic composition where it is inherent, but it does not have much effect. Much effect is the environment you live in. So here is also a big contradiction. We live in an environment where inside the house is 22 degree and outside the house is minus 22 degree. So there is a difference of about 44 degree. Minus 22 come down to 0 and then go up to 22. So we live around 40 to 60 degree difference. That's the difference we feel every day when we go out. So your body struggles. So make sure when your body struggles for management of that, few things you could do. One good thing you could do, you can go to any Patanjali store or Dabur store, or if you go to Toronto, there is a powder. It's called Mahasudarshan powder. So Mahasudarshan Churn. It is a combination of around 50 or more than 50 Ayurvedic things. So make sure you take that. You mix half a spoon of Mahasudarshan with half a spoon of turmeric. If you don't have arthritis yet, then you take only Mahasudarshan. If you already have arthritis problem, then make sure you add half a spoon of turmeric as well. So total becomes 1 spoon, take twice with water. make sure, I will come to some exercises as well. Make sure that sour thing is completely eliminated from your diet for some time at least. So no sour thing, because sour is a big problem. Also, as I suggested multiple times, before taking any meal, make sure do not take ice water. The moment you take ice water, your digestion prolongs. So the moment your digestion prolongs, it consumes more energy and more time to digest the food, because it has to break it down through acids. So when it takes more energy and more time, your heat goes down in your system. But your body has a different computer system here. It tells, oh, you have to maintain certain temperature. So when the heat goes down, it pumps in heat to adjust that, to maintain your body temperature. So make sure, avoid ice water. You can take hot water, half cup with the meal or before the meal, in order to adjust that. Also, as I suggested multiple times, fruit or salads should be taken before the meal. Remember, before the meal. Those who are not yet diabetic, they will see a miraculous effect, especially if they take salad before. So all the young people, if they want to avoid this thing, this menace of diabetes, make sure they start using fruit or salad before the diet. Not a big difference, little bit, a bowl of salad, eat first, then eat the meal. But today's topic is arthritis. Now, what happens when all these problem happens? Excess heat, because of excess heat, the cold comes into the picture. Because of that, digestion is an issue. Once the digestion and all these things, a combination of all these will reflect into thyroid. Now, with all these issue and thyroid into picture, with medication affects the parathyroid. When parathyroid with all these things existing comes into picture, it affects calcium and phosphorus composition. So when that comes into the picture, it affects the gonads, the reproduction or sex organs, especially for young people. When that comes into the picture, then the situation comes to arthritis level, joint pain. And as I said, you may avoid these problems by few things. So if heat is there, make sure you close the right nostril and inhale, exhale from left. Same thing, 18 to 25 times. So anything related to heat, how do you realize heat? First of all, your bodies. So I give you a good example. How do you realize whether your body is, sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes if you have fever, you realize. How do you know that your body has heat or cold? So the visible effect is dryness. Or if you close the eye, close the hands, you see water or sweat and all those. You see that thing. And there is another thing. If you touch your head, And at the same, after that, you touch your soul with the same hand or the other hand. Your soul should always be warmer than your head. Always remember that is body's natural composition. So your head versus your soul should always be warmer. If you notice your head is warmer, then heat is an issue. Either heat or cold is an issue. So I will come to that. Now, when you reach to this stage of arthritis or joints pain, and there are many categories. When the joints pain is there, they call it rheumatic. When the joint pain is swelled as well, and there are a few more complications, then they call it rheumatoid. When you reach to rheumatoid level, then it affects your heart as well. So it's connected to your heart as well. Now, as I said, if you do not adjust your lifestyle, including your food, your exercise, and your water, and all those water intake and hot water intake, then you go to the level of nervous system problem, nervous system impairment, where painkillers, very high dose of painkillers are taken. Now, if you have a combination of all these, means you have painkiller, you have thyroid, parathyroid, gonads impairment, and all those problems, at this stage, you move to less oxygenation. And the moment less oxygenation could also happen because of iron deficiency. So I have suggested you many times, one of the easiest solution of this as well for heat cold in order to nip it in the bud is vitamin C intake. So make sure every day you have 2 to 3 rounds of vitamin C in your diet, not through tablet, but through the natural source of vitamin C. That's also another good idea of managing iron deficiency and oxygenation. When you reach to this level, when you see the deficiency in oxygenation, at that time, doctors prescribe you iron on top of painkiller. But as far as Ayurveda and yoga is concerned, iron is not going to resolve the issue. Yes, it will give you temporary relief because there is temporary, it will fill the gap of iron deficiency. What will fill the gap is vitamin C. And vitamin C, as I suggested, there could be many sources. The best source is amla. And I suggested Mahasudarshan powder. So you can also add, if you don't have arthritis problem, half a spoon of Mahasudarshan and half a spoon of coriander powder. That will also resolve the issue of vitamin C deficiency. So if you do not find amla and all those, a little bit of coriander powder will help the issue. Have you realized why coriander powder is the main ingredient of your spices? Someone did a research many thousand years ago that why it is necessary to have coriander powder. So make sure, and in order to have a little bit taste to that, वो पहले थोड़ा सा उसको वार्म कर लो आप कोरिएंडर सीड्स को, फिर उसका पाउडर बना लो. So you can do that. Now, at the less oxygenation level, the recommended dose is Mahasudarshan plus coriander plus turmeric. So make sure don't take more than 1 spoon. So either 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 each, or half of one, half of the other. Now you can manage whether arthritis is there or arthritis is not there. You have a 2-3 stage before that. The idea is to manage your cold in your system, because it does not stop here only. Because the moment your digestion takes time and cold goes up, body fat will start accumulating. Means weight gain. So most of these people who are affected by this, their weight is imbalanced. The moment digestion takes time and cold goes up, the fat digestion is very slow, burning is very slow in the system. It starts accumulating in the system. So for that, as I suggested, for cold, make sure close the left and start from right. And for heat, close the right and start from left. I will also give you at the end a little a breathing exercise which combines 4 things. It combines hand gesture, it combines heat and cold balance, it also combines bellows breath, these 3-4 things. And if time permits, those who already have knee joint pain, I will give you one acupressure point for that as well. But let's cover it. It's a very important topic. Now the posture thing, what you could do, one small postures. You remember when many times this joint and all problem is there? When you move your bones, a sound, cracking sound comes. Means the juice has disappeared from that, a cracking sound. Very easy solution. Those who have this problem, make sure you continue taking, sesame seed. Sesame seed ka laddu bana lo. And if you have diabetes, make sure you make it salty. If you are not diabetic, make sure you add some dry fruits, some like kishmish and all those. What you can mix into that, you can make 2 kind of laddus. One is god. Make sure your system has some god. You know god? It's some sort of gum from a tree. Everyone knows god here? Otherwise, you can Google it, what exactly you call. So in order to avoid the confusion, you can mix all together, the god and this and that. And if you can drink milk, many people do not are unable to digest milk. But if you are used to milk, put little bit god into the milk while you are boiling. It probably melts inside or probably becomes soft. Make sure you have to have that gum, that god in your diet, especially during winter. So all those kadkad, chad, jo bhi, whatever happens to you, it will go away. Very simple solution. Also, there is one little thing. You lie down on your back, put 1 or 2 drop of coconut oil or mustard oil in your belly button. This will also resolve some dryness issues in your system. I had given you 2 exercises. If you cannot do sun salutation, I know if joint pain and all those are there, Then sun salutation may be a difficult 12 poses I had given you in the past. I'm not showing a lot of exercises because a lot more to be covered in this important topic. If I won't be able to cover, probably I will come back onto this. So when you had already been given leg raise pose, lie down on your back and raise your leg about 30 degrees. Other thing is, to the alternate pose of that, lie down on your tummy and raise your leg up about 30 degrees while inhaling. So make sure this exercise is very important to strengthen your root. One more little trick you could do. And again, I'm not gonna say it's not a worship or anything. You know, सूर्य को अर्घ्य देते हैं हम. So if you don't believe in God or anything, you can do it as a health practice. So make sure the first hour of sunrise and last hour of sunset. First hour of sunrise and last hour of sunset, either you take sun bath. So sun bath is a good idea, or there is also good, but I don't know how much water you can pour. It's very difficult. So sun bath is a good idea. So when you give the arg and the sun and the sun rays filters through the water to you, to your body, that also helps. But that should be for a longer period of time. So make sure you resort to sun bath for the first hour of sunrise and last hour of sunset, especially in this part of the world. And last time when I was saying, someone asked me that this is too cold, how could I go out? So I don't mean you have to go out. Inside your window. So you don't need to go out. Inside your window, make sure you have a cuisine, good chair, comfy, have a cup of tea or coffee, whatever you like. So make sure sit down and enjoy your coffee, drink, beer, whatever you like. Okay, so you can try this. Now, one of the little breathing exercise I suggest in order to control that, because it's a heat and cold imbalance. So what you could do, how everyone knows alternate breathing, you close your right, inhale from left and exhale from right. Again, inhale from right and exhale from left. This is the process of alternate breathing. It does a magic to heat and cold imbalance in your system. Now I am gonna combine it with two things. First of all, you have to have a hand gesture. So since one hand will be used to close the nostrils, other hand will be free. So whatever the other hand is, make sure you do in Apan Vayu Mudra. So in this posture. So middle two fingers, no, first finger goes to the root of the thumb and thumb presses it. And the next two fingers gently touches the thumb tip. Looks like this. Apan Vayu Mudra. You can also Google it. It's there. So the other hand should be in Apan Vayu Mudra. So what I'm giving, I'm doing two things. I'm trying to manage your digestion related issues, which can imbalance the heat and cold, and also vayu gas related issues, which can imbalance the apan vayu or digestion. So make sure one hand is in apan vayu mudra like this, and one hand, and you can sit down in cross leg. If you cannot sit down in cross leg, make sure you sit down on a dining chair where the back is flat. So easy. Yogic mudra, as I suggested, your head, your back head, your spine, lower part of your spine aligns in one line. Now in this mudra, you inhale from left, and we are combining two things. So we are combining alternate breathing, we are combining Bhastrika, and we are combining bellows breath, Kapal Bhati, with the hand gesture. So four things are combined together in order to save you time and get the max benefit. So you already got hand gesture. In Bhastrika, what we do, basically we inhale, stacked breathing, and then exhale. That is Bhastrika. Anulom Vilom, we inhale from left, exhale from right, inhale from right, exhale from left. And in bellows breath, Kapal Bhati, what we do, we exhale with a thrust, like so. Tummy with the thrust goes back and exhales. So we are gonna manage all these four into one. So hand gesture is there. This inhale from left, and while exhaling from right, you are doing bellows breath. Inhale from right now, and while exhaling from left, Kapal Bhati. Inhale from left, and with a thrust. Now inhale from right, and exhale with a thrust. So make sure you do this about 30 rounds. 30 is the sample size. So make sure you do at least a sample size. The other thing you could do, I have a lot more lefts here actually. I have no time to cover the knee pain. I had a solution for you for knee pain, what paste you should do. So the other thing what you could do, if soles are not warm, quickly I'm gonna do that because that is very important. Make sure you take some rub. There is a plastic rub comes for the, you see, for the utensils, the plastic one. Make sure don't use the steel ones or plastic ones. So use that plastic rub and rub your soles. So soles are here, make sure you rub it. Use that rub. I don't have the rub. 5 to 7 minutes, make it warm. Same thing you do the left, rub it until your sole is warmer than your head. In the beginning, you might have a challenge, but you will see a miracle in your life. So twice or thrice a day, make sure you rub your soles, make it warmer than your head. and that will resolve a lot of issues, lot of heat and cold issues. Combined with Mahasudarshan powder, turmeric powder, and coriander powder, depending on the problem. Make sure you have vitamin C in your diet a lot. Of course, 6 tastes I given you. You need every day: bitter, astringent, pungent, sweet, sour, and salt. I have a lot more left, so maybe I will continue it after this. One session is not enough because I want to open the floor for question so that people can ask if they have any confusion. So we have few minutes, about 7 minutes left for Q&A.